Yes, it is. It's recording right now. Go.
Okay, try to think of some of the world's most major resources. What comes to mind? Things like gold, oil, maybe diamonds. How about water? It may cover 70% of the world, but only less than 1% of it is available as fresh water to people to drink. We're actually very blessed to live in a country that not only has enough fresh water supply for everyone, but also we're blessed with the resources to clean and disinfect that water and provide it to the public. So why exactly, we have this resource available to us, do we spend, according to Beverage Marketing, $12 billion on bottled water in 2007?
Good question.
We need to look into this phenomenon because what you're drinking is going to affect your health, your wallet, and your environment. So let's first look into the issues that surround the bottled water industry, and then I'll get on to the alternative choices and we'll discuss why they're better. So the latest concerns that we've been hearing over water has been over their safety. What you may not know is that a lot of the concerns have actually been over the safety of bottled water, not tap water. In 1999, the National Resources Defense Council issued a report titled Bottled Water, Pure Drink or Pure Hype. It's concerning the effects of tap water and bottled water. Let me bring up my slide so you can see it. So their findings are really disturbing, actually. The FDA is who regulates the safety of bottled water, and they're not required to filter or disinfect the water. There are no right to know policies that would require bottled water companies to present consumer confidence reports or even federal reports. Also, there's lesser restrictions on the amount of bacteria allowed in your bottled water, meaning things like E. coli, fecal coliform, Giardia, and plenty of other bacteria are allowed in trace forms. Also, bottled water that's packaged and sold within the same state is under no restrictions at all. There's no one checking it. Finally, as we all heard this one, 25% of bottled water comes from a municipal system or is tap water. That's not the only concern with bottled water. Some of the concern actually also comes from the plastic involved in making it. We've heard about concerns with plastic with Tupperware and toys, but we also need to be concerned with our bottles. As reported by the Reader's Digest article in February of 2008, studies are showing that certain chemicals called phthalates are allowed into bottled water. It actually leaks into the water over time, and it's not just in the heat. If you were to put your bottle in a heated car, perhaps, they leak in faster along with other chemicals, but even just standing, they're able to leach into the water over time. There's the final problem, which is that current estimates by the Container Recycling Institute put less than 20% of water bottles as being recycled properly. So where's the rest of the bottles? Oh, they're on the roadside, they're at the beach, and clogging up landfills, where they're going to spend about 1,000 years trying to biodegrade because they don't absorb rot. Another major waste is the resources used in manufacturing the bottles. According to the Director of Institute for Water and Watersheds at Oregon State University, about 72 billion gallons of water is used every year just to make the bottles. Just the bottles. So bottled water is an industry that's growing, but with it, the environmental burden it carries. Hopefully we can see that there's a problem here. Should so many things be put at risk just because we need a drink? Let's look at some of the alternatives. No one should consider tap water any safer than bottled water any safer than tap water. That's a claim made by Eric Goldstein, co-director of the NRDC, in the report from the Reader's Digest. Tap water is regulated by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. It's under tougher restrictions for bacteria levels and testing. It's required to be disinfected and filtered. The other thing is that tap water is, of course, much more eco-friendly. There's much less industrial waste. And just think of if we were to use one less bottle every day, how much plastic that would cut down on in this country. Finally, we're all looking for ways to save money. So why are we paying as much for water as we're paying for gas? Bottled water costs 80 cents to $4 a gallon, whereas tap water is only pennies. So now we've seen some of the benefits of tap water, let's look at the implications. We need to do something. We want to use less plastic and be sure of our health. The answer is, of course, tap water. Tap water can be carried around just as conveniently as bottled water. It just takes a little more creativity. Things like Clean Canteen and SIG are two companies that make metal bottle containers that you can fill up and be sure that there's no chemicals involved. Or if it's only for one time, use the plastic bottle, rinse it out, and refill it. If there's still a concern over the cleanliness of your water, try installing a tap water purifier. They're sold by Pure or Brita, are two popular brands, and you want to look for one that's certified by the NSF or the Water Quality Association. If it's the taste you're concerned about with your tap water, try leaving it uncovered in your fridge overnight. It's mostly the chlorine that causes the weird taste, and the chlorine dissipates overnight, and it'll leave cleaner tasting water. So we We need to fight the frenzy and avoid the myth of bottled water. We need to do something for the environment and cut back on the plastic. Do something for your health and drink safer choices. And finally, do something for your wallet and stop paying money for something that you can get for practically free.
Can you send this up again?
Hun, I'm gonna check.